Europe in 1914 is a powder keg. One spark will burn it down. June 28, 1914. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to Austria-Hungary, rides through Sarajevo with his wife Sophie. A first bomb misses. The day should be over. It is not. The car stops to turn. The Archduke is 5 feet from me. I am 19. I raise the pistol and I do not look away. One gunshot in an obscure Balkan city would burn down a continent. June 28, 1914. Archduke Franz Ferdinand and his wife are shot dead by a 19-year-old Serbian nationalist, Gavrilo Princip. 5 weeks of diplomatic catastrophe follow. Austria-Hungary, backed by Germany's blank check, delivers a crushing ultimatum. Serbia accepts 9 of 10 demands. It is not enough. On July 28th, Austria-Hungary declares war. One plan promised victory in 6 weeks. It delivered 4 years of slaughter. Trapped between France and Russia, Germany feared a two-front war. Count von Schlieffen's answer: strike France first, sweeping through neutral Belgium like a revolving door before Russia could mobilize. Germany demands passage for its armies. I refuse. Belgium is a nation, not a road. We will fight. September 1914. Paris can hear the German guns. The German army has swept through Belgium, chasing a 6-week victory, but General von Kluck turns his First Army southeast, exposing his flank. A gap opens between the German armies, and French scouts see it. I have no trains and no time, so I will take every taxi in Paris. 600 cabs, 6,000 men, to the front before nightfall. September 1914. Germany's plan for a quick war has already collapsed. Stalled at the Marne, both armies reach for the same idea. Swing north, get behind the enemy, hit the open flank. So begins the so-called race to the sea. My right gives way. My center yields. The situation is excellent. I shall attack. August 1914. Germany's nightmare arrives. A war on 2 fronts. Russia mobilized faster than anyone believed possible, surging into East Prussia by mid-August. 2 armies advanced under Generals Rennenkampf and Samsonov. At Gumbinnen, they beat the Germans, and panic rippled through Berlin. But the Germans intercepted Russia's unencoded radio. At Tannenberg, Hindenburg and Ludendorff encircled Samsonov's entire Second Army. 95,000 captured. They expected to be home by Christmas. They dug in for 4 years. After the Marne in September 1914, the front froze. A 400-mile scar stretched from the North Sea to Switzerland, barely moving for years. Soldiers lived in mud, rats, and disease. Between the lines lay no man's land, raked by machine guns firing 600 rounds a minute. A bold plan to win the war fast. It became a graveyard. Churchill wanted to force the Dardanelles, take Constantinople, and knock the Ottomans out of the war. On March 18th, the fleet pushed through. Mines and shore guns sank 3 battleships. The naval attack failed. On April 25th, troops landed by sea. The Anzacs hit steep cliffs and fierce defenders led by Mustafa Kemal. They were pinned to the beaches within hours. A floating palace, 18 minutes, and a war that changed forever. RMS Lusitania, launched in 1906, was Britain's pride. Nearly 800 feet long, crossing the Atlantic in under 5 days. On May 1st, 1915, she left New York for Liverpool, carrying 1,959 souls into waters prowled by German U-boats. From U-20, I watched her cross my sights off the Irish coast. 1 torpedo. I did not expect what came after. In 1916, Germany chose one fortress to bleed France white. At 7:15 a.m. on February 21st, 1,200 German guns opened fire, 2 million shells in 10 hours. The earth itself shook. By February 25th, the impregnable Fort Douaumont had fallen, and shock waves swept through France. They shall not pass. We hold the sacred way, and the trucks run day and night. Fresh men replace the broken. France does not break here. An explosion so loud it was heard in London. The Somme begins. By 1916, the war was frozen in mud and wire. France bled at Verdun. Britain planned a breakthrough on the Somme. A week-long bombardment fired over 1 million shells. Then the men would simply walk across. The wire has never been so well cut, nor the artillery preparation so thorough. An empire of 300 years falls in a single week of bread and bullets. By 1917, war had broken Russia. 2 million soldiers dead. Rifles shared between men. Cities starving. The Tsar's authority collapsed. And in March, Nicholas II abdicated. Into the chaos returned an exile, smuggled home in a sealed German train, carrying a single radical idea. A nation determined to stay out of Europe's war. One telegram changed everything. In 1914, America chose neutrality. Wilson won re-election, promising to keep the country out of the fighting. But profits flowed to Britain and France, and German submarines lurked beneath the Atlantic. Then, May 1915, a U-boat torpedoed the liner Lusitania. Nearly 1,200 died, including 128 Americans. Anger spread, but war still felt distant. A Belgian town becomes a word for futility. This is Passchendaele, July 31st, 1917. 3,000 guns and 4 million shells open the assault. But the bombardment shatters the drainage. When the August rains come, the battlefield drowns. Soldiers wade through knee-deep muck. Shell craters fill with poison water. Many wounded men simply drown before rescue. In 1918, Germany gambles everything on one last push to win the war. Russia had quit the war. 50 German divisions rushed west before fresh American troops could tip the balance forever. We strike at Saint-Quentin, 6,000 guns, then stormtroopers slipping through the gaps. This is our last chance. August 1918. After 4 years of slaughter, the deadlock finally breaks. On August 8th, the Battle of Amiens, a rolling artillery barrage, 400 tanks, Canadian and Australian troops smashing through German lines. Entire divisions surrender. August the 8th was the black day of the German army in the history of this war. They said it would be over by Christmas. 4 years later, millions were dead. By 1918, Germany's offensive had failed, and fresh American troops poured in. Berlin's generals admitted defeat. On November 8th, a German delegation crossed enemy lines under a white flag into the forest of Compiègne. These are not peace talks. I present the terms of an armistice. They are not open to discussion. The guns fall silent in 1918. Now the victors must redraw the world. January 1919. Delegates from 32 nations gather in Paris. But true power rests with 4 men meeting behind closed doors. They speak of 14 idealistic points. I have known war on French soil. I want Germany weakened and France made safe. The guns fall silent in 1918. Now the victors must decide Germany's fate. In the Palace of Versailles, 4 men reshape the world. Wilson dreams of self-determination. Lloyd George hesitates, Clemenceau wants revenge. On June 28, 1919, Germany signs. Article 231 declares it guilty. The reparations are crushing. November 1918. The guns fall silent, but the wounds have only begun. Over 16 million dead. 4 empires gone. France lost 1.4 million soldiers. Germany, 1.8 million. Whole villages of young men simply vanished. June 1919. At Versailles, the victors draft a peace. Germany must pay 132 billion gold marks and accept sole guilt for the war.